Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. So today's subject, the generation that's Jesus talked about in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 34. And yes, I know, the Watchtower has talked about the generation and whatnot. Okay, sorry, I just feel really bad for them because the generation is actually very simple. You can't date it. And it doesn't need a chart to be explained. It doesn't. Okay? So, simply put, what the generation is a period of time. And it began during the Common Era, or the Christian Era, or the Common Era, whatever you decide, CE, the period we're in basically. Some people basically, it's the period when, like, Jesus was born and the calendar just started over. But we'll just call it the current era, okay? The current era. So that was the start of the current era, and it ends after the Great Tribulation. That's the generation. That's it. Very simple. There's no date. There's no weird descriptions that have to be changed throughout the years because you keep getting it wrong. It's that period of time. That's what the generation is. So, Jesus did mention what would be signs, like in Matthew 24, 3 through 14. Actually, I'm going to read Matthew 24:34 for you guys, just to get a basis, okay? It says, "Assuredly, I say to you, this generation will by no means pass away till all these things take place." Okay, so I already told you what a generation is. What are these things that would take place? Well, those are found, like I said, in 24:3 through 14. So basically, the things that would take place is many will come in Jesus' name, say they're the Christ, and deceive many. That's happened already. It's been happening since his death, okay? You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. That's been happening, and it still happens. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That already happened as well. We had world wars. That was that being fulfilled. There will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. Those already happened as well. And we're actually in another pestilence, you can say, but that pestilence actually has a purpose, which I will get into in maybe my next video, but definitely another video that's coming soon. But the famines, pestilences, earthquakes, that's been happening since the beginning of this generation as well. And then in 8 it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So that's the start. Okay, in 9, they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. That has already happened as well. True Christians, now remember, in my other videos, I told you what Jesus actually would have been considered, and as well as his followers. He would have been considered a male witch by definitions of today, which I know is hard for people to believe, but these ones were actually true Christians. These were the ones that Saul or Paul was persecuting, the ones who really knew what love was and practiced it. And then many will be offended and will betray one another and will hate one another. We see throughout this time since, like I said, Jesus's period especially, there's always been conflict, but people hate one another for almost any reason imaginable. They hate one another. This has already taken place as well. Many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. This has already happened as well. This is how so many religions came to be, and all of these so-called prophets that were supposed to be of divine nature came up and also started new religions, groups, organizations. But when you really look at the heart of these so-called prophets, the real love was not there. Lawlessness will abound, and the love of many will grow cold. This has already happened and is still happening, which is why I said that humans have strayed so far from what love is, or became cold, that really they need to work really hard to get back to that place of love. So yeah. It says, but all who endure to the end shall be saved, and this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end will come. So once again, I told you what a generation is. I told you these things Jesus mentioned have already occurred or are occurring even as I speak right now. Now, a gospel is simply a proclamation, and to preach is simply to proclaim. So this proclamation or gospel that Jesus had said has already happened. And it said, when this happens, then the end will come. So that's what I wanted to say about the generation. For all of these things that occurred, they've already happened. But some are still waiting for them to happen when they've already come to pass. Those ones that were killed in Jesus' name, these were the people who were burned alive at the stake, considered witches, the Inquisitions, all these ones. They were true followers of Jesus. So that's it for today. I love you all once again, and I will talk to you in my next video. Stay well. Love you.